All right. I got it pretty good. Yeah, I think you can see me. Oh, somebody else coming in. All right. All right, let's stand with legs about hip distance apart, body nice and relaxed. Kind of move your shoulders a little bit. If you want, move your legs, pull your knees up. Just, getting a little overall muscle warmth and limbering up. And maybe you've already done some walking or some moving this morning, but just kind of shake and loosen things up a little bit. Do your best Elvis imitation. Whatever it takes just to kind of get things loosened up. Let's stand with legs a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Knees are soft and body's just nice and tall. You want to think of energy out the top of your head, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, and hips intersect straight down to your ankle. Now, as far as what's happening in your pelvis, you don't want to be arched, but you don't want to be overly tucked. But you do want to think of having your tailbone just going straight down toward the floor as if it had a weight on it. And that allows you to sort of pull the abs in to decrease the space in here so that you are indeed contracting the abs enough to give you support for your back. Take a breath up. And exhale and sink that energy in. So take these first several breaths to just focus on what we're doing right now. Don't worry about anything else that has to be taken care of today. All you're doing right now is thinking about taking care of you. Breath up. The most important part of your day, taking care of you. Breath. You can make it a cleansing breath, exhaling out the mouth in a nice audible, or just a breath in through the nose, and then a slow exhale out the mouth and nose, just to let yourself focus in. I'm going to be quiet for a few breaths and let you just focus on you. Now let's pull that energy in. Take it in, turn the palms away, push up, and stretch back in those shoulders a little bit. So this is called supporting heaven like a pillar. But what we're doing is just pulling that energy into our chest, pushing it into the heavens, and then stretching it out. Couple more. Pull in and pushing out. Good. And again. Turn. Press out. Really get those shoulders going. Now I'd like for you to just shift a little bit side to side. Now, it doesn't matter whether you pick your feet up and move them or whether you keep the knees bent, whether you're turned out a little bit. But what does matter is as you're just shifting the weight, think of keeping the shoulders square over the hips. So no matter how you're just moving and shifting and warming up your hips and balance, you want to be sure that you're stacked. By that I mean that you're not doing this thing, but you're keeping your core and your body centered. Good. Just a nice little flow. Good. And arms don't need to come any higher than shoulder level. Just kind of a natural movement. Now I'd like for you to turn to the right and let's push the waves and pull the waves in. So you're still keeping your shoulders over your hips, but pull, big breath, open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades in and push that energy. Take in a big breath. So you want to inhale when you've got the chest open so that you allow the most oxygen possible, the biggest breath possible to come into your chest. And push. Now I lift my toes up because that begins to warm my lower leg a bit and the calf and the ankle. Big breath. Good. Remembering the chest is staying over your hips. One more. Good. Now, while we're forward, bring that energy to the center. Close that foot, turn the other. Push and pull back. Breath. Good. Again, a good limbering movement as if you were pulling the water waves in and pushing them away. But you can feel how it warms up your back, which helps posture, and it opens the chest, which helps your heart, your lungs move freely and take in as much oxygen as it can. One more. Good. And back to the center. Bring those arms down and just lift and float. So imagining that you're not really lifting your arms, but the energy, the wind beneath your wings, so to speak, is lifting you up and then just gently flowing down. Breath. Shoulders are relaxed, so it's just very gentle flow up, flow sinking up and down. Good. Couple more. Very good. I want you to turn those toes out again and then just shift side to side. Now, when I've got my toes turned out and I'm shifting my weight, shoulders still over the hips, sometimes I'll widen out a bit because as I bend, I don't want my knee going out too far over my toes, but it goes toward the second toe of the foot. So when you rotate and turn your hips out, your knees should still be in the direction of your toes. Otherwise, you're collapsing your knees in and you're not really getting that stretch in your inner thigh and the inside of your hip. So let's just do this a little bit. Good. Now come back to center in this position. Open a little wider if you need to. I'm going to, only because all I want to do is bend down a bit and then pull up. So when I bend, I think of pushing my knees out. And then when I lift, using your glutes to lift up. So from the side, whatever you're doing, you're opening out just a bit, and then you're squeezing your glutes to lift up. So open out. What this should be is a really good strengthening and stretch for the hip flexors and a squeeze for your glutes. So just bend a bit, keeping your torso up. Good. A little bit of strength movement there and a little bit of warmth for those quads. Good. Press a bit and up and down. Good. Let's do two more. Now on this one, stay, lift your right heel and lower it and lift your left. So again, warming up your calf, a little static isometric contraction here in your quads. We're going to get those legs kind of going right off the bat. Good. Right heel and left heel. Now shift and bring the toes up, and let's just go side to side again. One more set. Good. Bring the feet in just a little bit. Turn your toes in just a bit. Breath. Exhale, and as you sink, roll your body forward and let your upper body hang. Now this is your first time rolling, so don't go as far as you might normally go. Just let your body hang and relax and kind of move your arms a little bit. Let your head be loose. Just feel that awesome stretch that's happening in your mid to lower back, maybe across your hips. Eyes open. Breathe. Now pull your belly button in as you uncurl your body, like uncurling a piece of paper. The reason your eyes are open, that helps you with your balance, stability, and equilibrium. Arms up. Soften, and let's roll forward again. And you only go as far forward as you're comfortable. Knees are soft. Don't lock your knees. Let your body hang. And once again, you may want to dangle your arms, kind of move your shoulders around. Just feel that wonderful stretch. Just breathe and let it stretch. If you need your hands on your thighs for additional support, go ahead and put them up there. Breath. Eyes open, belly button pulled in tight, and uncurl. Turn your toes out just a little bit and turn your body to the right. Same thing, but we're going to do it over the right side of our body. So you're going to turn and look toward the right. Knees stay soft. And just round your body down over that right leg. Use your hands on your thighs if you need to. Now in doing that, you should feel a deeper stretch over your left hip. Good. Just stretch. And you might feel a bigger stretch in your right inner thigh. Come center, eyes open, and slowly curl up. You'll notice when you turn your toes out and curl up, you do have to use your glute muscles a little bit more to stabilize as you come up. Now turn to the left, knees stay soft, and just let your body, again, hands on your thighs if you need to, or anywhere along your head, or just let them dangle and go forward. Everybody's got their own degree of flexibility, so you work within what you know is easiest and safest for you. Now come back to the center, and abs pulled in tight, eyes open, and slowly curl up. Good. Breath, and sink. Now once again, let's shift right and left. We're going to go ahead and do our bow and arrow. So when doing our bow and arrow movement, shift. Now pull that bow back. Shift, bringing the arms up, and pull left. Now I have my feet turned out just a bit. Good. And press, pull in, and pull. Just imagine you were pulling that bow and letting that arrow go. Let's do one more with the feet pretty much stationary. Now let's do it with the T tap in. So you're going to bring that right foot in and tap, step out, and the left foot in and tap. And let's move as fluidly as we can, keeping the movement moving, keeping the shoulders over your hips. Good. Remembering when you start to work on balance moves, the softer you have your knees, the more work the muscles will in your thighs and your hips and your glutes get to work. Also, if you pull your ab muscles in, like squeezing your belly button to your back, you've got better stability and better balance. And this time, let's bring the knee up. So come in, knee up, and shift knee up. Good. Side to side knee and knee. Very good. The other side. Now this time, let's see if we can come in and hold that balance for a second. So come into a T-step and then lift that knee and release. And you've got your chair right there. If you need that chair to help give you that extra balance, pull it over close to you. And we're all going to have one side that's going to be better than the other. Let's go to the other side. One more with the hold. Good. Now let's try a kick. Let's come in through the T, through the knee, kick, and shift to the other side. You can do it as slow or as fast as your balance and strength allows. There's no right or wrong way. Good. It's basically practicing your balance and your power with your kick. Good. One more time each way. Last side. Very good. Come back to the center and just shake it all out. Loosen everything up. And And that's going to go into some weight shifts and some of our lunge sequence. So what I'd like for you to do is step forward, right, and back, and left, and back. So step forward, transferring the weight from the side. It looks like this. Body maintaining in between your legs. So you can just do it as a weight shift, or a little bit more like a lunge. Good. So you decide what is easiest for you. And I want you to push the arms forward, palms up, squeeze back, push, pull in. That helps you with your balance. But also remember, once you start using the arms, it's just the arms pushing, not this. Okay? You want to keep good. Always keeping stacked. What that does is give you better stability. And it uses the momentum coming from your hips, your dantian, your life force. That's where the movement's coming, not your shoulders, not your upper body, but down here. Push, pull back, push, and back. All right, one more set to the front. Now, we're going to turn out and go right. So you're going to push right, come into the front, push, and then come in. So we're pushing, come in center, turn to the corner, and come back front. Does that make sense? Turn, come in, push, and back in. Good. Let your eyes go in the direction that you're going. So push, turn back to the center, and back to the center. So we're going to do one more this way. Now we're going to stay front and just step outside and in. So straight to the side with the toe forward. So this is working a little bit more of your outer hip and knee forward. Good. So you're really not going to bend too deep. You're basically just shifting the weight and coming back in. Push and in. Good. Once again, still the principle of a stacked column. Shoulders over hips. Looks good. Push. 2 more sets. Inside. Last time. Now you know what's next. We got to step back. So right leg steps back, together, and back. So you have many ways you can do this. Just step back and rock the front toes. You can step back and pick that leg up. Or you can just step back, keeping the foot on the floor. Or go into a little bit deeper lunge. So you work within the parameters of what is best for you. And the palms are going to touch the shoulders as you go back. Squeeze the triceps and squeeze the muscles in your back. So press back and push. Good. And back. Good. And press. Push. Good. 2 more steps. Because tapping that leg back, walking backwards, those are all good for muscles in the back of the body that we don't use every day. Very good. Shake all that out. Nice soft breath up. And exhale. And bring it center. Stretch. Big stretch in the arms. Interlock your fingers behind you. Drop the shoulders. Chin up slightly. Good. Just a nice, good stretch. Pull the shoulder blades back. And now release and shake them out. I want you to go ahead and get your band. We're going to head into using it. Start. Thumbs up, band up. We're going to put it under your right arch of your foot. The reason I say arch is so that your ball of your foot is down and the heel is down so that you have a good stable connection so the band doesn't come up over your toe or anything. So we're still doing lower body work right now. all the weight into your right leg and left leg, just an easy tap. Hold the arms out a little bit with thumbs up now. This is going to require all these muscles around the outside of the top of your shoulder to do an isometric contraction. So if you get tired, you can bring it in and rest. But let's see if we can hold it while we step through the band and back with our left leg. We've done this one before. Breath, step in and tap, step back. Front and back. We're going to do 8. 3, excuse me, and back. 4, and back. Supporting knee is bent slightly, so for better balance. 6, and back. Good job. 7, and back. And 8, and back. Very good. Release your arms for a second. Let them relax a little bit. Now I'd like for you to turn the little fingers up toward the end and come up. This one's a little bit different. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see it. So we've got it under the leg. Stand tall. We're going to try this. Tap that leg back. Lean just a little bit. Pull the band up. So from the front, it looks like this. Okay. That's kind of like giving you a little bit more stability. And you lean forward. I want you to lift that back leg up 8 times. However you feel comfortable. If you need the chair, grab the chair. So we're going to lift 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That was a little bit challenging, but you did it. Release. Take it out from under that leg. Loosen up your shoulders a bit, front and back circles, because they were acting as your stabilizers, and those muscles were contracting as well. All right, let's turn our thumbs and our ends up again, this time under the left foot. Come up. Follow your weight on that left foot. Remember that that knee is softened. It's not locked in place at any time. Hold the arms out. 8 times through with the right leg. 8, and back. 7, and back. 6, you got the chair there if you need it. 5, and back. 4, good. 3, and back. 2, last one. Very good. Just lean over and stretch out just a bit and turn the fingers so that your thumbs are down, little fingers toward the end, and come up. Soften that knee, lean your body a bit forward. The reason we lean forward, if you're straight up like this, kicking back, you might find yourself using your back muscles instead of your glutes. And while that might be okay to strengthen the back, it's not what we want to do right now. We're wanting to work on strengthening the hip. So lean a bit, knee soft, pull your arms in, just up underneath, about at your hands can be about like here at your waist, okay? And let's lift 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Bring that down, relax. Go ahead and take it out from under your foot. Loosen your shoulders back and around and forward. And we're going to work on our chest and back. So go ahead and bring the band around your back, just underneath your shoulder blades, right where your bra might come around. And turn the thumbs and the ends forward. And again, in this one, depending on the strength of your band, you might want to choke up and make the band tighter or loose. Just remember, as you're doing the movement, keep tension in your band. And don't let it lax and pull back against you. Okay? Knees soft. So you're very grounded, you know, knees soft, hips squeezed, abs pulled in, so you've got good stability under you. Also, that gives you a secondary core work for your abs as well. All right, press forward, open, pull in, release, push forward, open, in, release. Wonderful chest. And now when you squeeze, it's the back and it stretches the chest forward and in. That's why I like this exercise so much. It gets both the chest and the back stretching and contracting. Push out, in, good. Push, out, in, together. Push, open, in. And really feel those shoulder blades squeeze together as if a butterfly was opening her wings. Close and together. And push. And out, in, together. Okay, so that we're gonna do a little rotation now. We're just gonna get your obliques. Push, open out, soften the knees a bit more. Do you want to try to keep your pelvis forward? Turn your body, come center, and go ahead and pull it in and relax. So what we're trying to do is rotate the core, rotate your obliques without moving the hips. So when I turn, I just only want to turn as far as my waist will take me. I don't want to turn so my hips do this, okay? That's not the exercise we're doing right now. So if it means bending the knees more, pulling your abs, squeezing your backside, let's try that and just let the movement come from the waist. Push, open out. This time let's go left. Turn just as far as your shoulders will take you. Come center, pull in, push forward. Open, rotate left. And you're going to hold for just a bit. Come center, pull in, push forward, open out, rotate right. We hold it for just a few seconds and pull in. Push forward, open out, rotate left, come in and release, push forward, open out, rotate right, out and in. Now we're going to do a variation on that. I would like for you to open out, just turn right, come center, and turn right, come center, and turn left. Don't go too fast, but we're keeping a constant contraction on the tops of your deltoid and shoulders, but you're having to just rotate your oblique muscles. Those are the ones in your waist. Side, last time, last side. Ooh, come in. I don't know about you, but I was feeling that one. Okay, another little variation. Straight out, knees soft. All right, so those were your airplane wings level. Tilt just a bit, come center. Now when I'm tilting, I want you to think of tilting upward, not collapsing down, because there's a big difference. Come center, tilt, right arm up, center, left arm up. Just reach up so you're not collapsing in your torso at all. Torso is tall, reach up. Good, come center, reach up. Oh, that should be an awesome pull in your waist. Reach up, center. All right, one more time, each way. Reach up, center, and side, and center, and release. Good, bring everything in. Shake it out for a bit. And let's bring that band forward. I'll hold it, ends and little finger. Flip it under so that you got a little U shape with the ends to your little finger still. And then flip it over, making the band shorter, keeping it loose around your hand so you don't pull on your skin. All right. Now with the feet, I want you to bring the right foot forward, and we're just going to do like a little runner stance. So it's just like this. Weight still centered, but you kind of like a runner stance, so like get ready, get set stance. Okay. Bring the arms up, and where up is at the corner of your temples. Press down Just lift up right now and down. Lift and down. So we're getting again the middle of the back. Just a little pull out. Okay? So just keep the band taut. Pull out a bit. Come together and down. Lift. Pull out a bit. Come together and down. Good. Push out. Together. Down. Last one. And out. Together and down. Now, let's bring the left leg forward, right leg back, and we're going to go completely different way now. Still, wait a minute. We want the thumbs and the little fingers up, thumbs and the ends up, back under the ball of your left foot. So we still have the runners. Now we're just going to do bicep curls. Just curl, curl, one arm and the other right now. And while you're doing it, keep the elbow close to your side. So you're just isolating those biceps. Pull in. Good. This gives your shoulder and back a break as you just isolate the bicep muscle. One more set of singles. Then I want you to take that right arm halfway and 90 angle, pulse it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now the left arm. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Right arm again, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Left arm. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both arms down. Let them stretch and release. Very good. All right, we're going to let the band go for a minute, and we're going to grab the chair. We haven't done some standing, not a lot of standing leg work for the inner and outer thigh. So what I would like for you to do is keep the chair on your right side right now, and just stand to the side of it. I mean, if you want to turn it that way, whichever way is easiest for you. Just have it right by your side so that you don't have to reach for it or lean your torso. Standing on your right leg with the knee soft, hips squared up. I'm going to go ahead and put my left hand on my hip. It's just a little bit easier for me. I'm going to tap forward, tap side, tap back, and bring the leg together. So a tap, tap, back. Now notice that I'm not leaning, any of this kind of stuff. I'm trying to keep my body still and just tap to the side, stretching the leg, pulling it in. Okay, I think this is what, 3, maybe 4. I may have been off my count. So this will be 4 for sure. Good. Now let's do the opposite. Go back. Tap side and together. Step back. Now why you say are we doing this? Hip flexibility, hip mobility, hip strength, and stability. All those things. Side, front, back, last one, front, and center. Now, I'm going to work the inner thigh a bit. It's a little hard with, if we had a ball or a band or something to push across the midline of our body. But what I want you to do is to take that left foot forward, heel flex, supporting knees soft. Now lift it off the floor. Just imagine you're going to touch it to the inside of your chair. Bring it back to neutral. Don't go out right now. Just bring it to neutral. Cross and squeeze, neutral. So we're squeezing the inner thighs together. Even if you want to put your hand there, it reminds you to push against your hand to engage those inner thigh muscles. And push. 4 more. 3 more. 2 and 1. Good. Now touch the toes, stretch it out a little bit to the side, and work that outer thigh a bit. All right, good. Or stretch. All right, I'm going to go to the other side, and let's do the other leg. So hand on your hip, supporting knee soft, tap front, side, back, together. The only thing that's moving is the rotation of the hip Good. And 3, side, back, together, and 4, side, back, together. Now let's go backwards. Side, front, together, 2, side, front, together, 3, side, front, together, and 4. Very good. Now take that foot is flexed, lift it up, take it to the inside of the chair and back to neutral. 7, center, 6. Really think of squeezing that inner thigh. If you need to put your hand there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. All right, shake that out. I am going to turn sideways. You get behind your chair. We did do when we had the band and we were leaning or lifting, we did a little bit of hip work, but I want to do it in this position, also incorporating a few of the yoga stretches as well. So before we start that, take the chair forward, walk back, and just round your back and soften the knees, set into it like you were going to sit in a chair. Just feel that wonderful stretch in your back. Any opportunity I can do this stretch, I try to do it because it just feels so good. And it feels good under your arms and shoulders. Very good. Roll up and walk forward so that you are standing with the chair right, under you, not way out here for now. Let's extend your left leg, supporting knees soft. Now I'm going to even bring the chair even closer to my hips as I want to lean over it and try to make my body parallel like the floor. Now, that's too much. This is fine. You just work within what you feel comfortable with. I'm going to lean, trying to keep that left hip down. I don't want to open it right now to the front. I want to keep it down toward the chair. Good. I want to find that right balance with the knee. So the right knee is on the floor. Not the knee, excuse me. The right foot is on the floor, knee soft. Extend your left arm. So that puts all the weight on the right side, your right hand and your right arm. Now change it. Bring that left arm in, extend the right. Now don't you feel more balanced? You have weight on the left side with your left arm, and then you have the weight in your right leg. Hold and balance. Now bring that hand in and come up and shake it out. So do you feel the difference? When you have the same arm as leg, all the way to that side, so you really have to work on keeping the opposite side down. And when you do the opposite, it balances. So I wanted to do both, and I'm going to do both on the other side as well, so you see the difference. Okay, standing on your left leg, right leg's out. Find that place and lean forward. Trying to keep that right hip down. Now that's hard when you extend the right arm. So extend the right arm and see it's hard. You want to open that side to bring more of the weight to the left. Okay. Now put that right arm down and do the opposite, do the left, and see how much easier it is to balance. Good. Hold. Very good. Bring that hand in and come in. That's a variation of a warrior 3. Now, because we did do same side, we're going to do like a variation of a yoga half moon. So standing on your right leg, extend the left, lift. Now I'm going to move the chair a little bit further out, and I'm going to even rest my forearm on it. What I would like for you to do now is to open up. Open the hip. See if you can look up and support yourself with the same arm as leg. And just hold it as best you can. Keep that supporting knee softened. Very good. Breathe. Focus. Good. Bring that hand in and close. Now, rather than turn my face away from you, I'm going to change sides. So now extend the right leg back, lift it up, and I'm going to rest my forearm on the chair, but it just depends on what you're comfortable with. Turn and open the hip and extend that arm up. Balance and breathe. Release, very good. And come back and relax. Good job. Now let's take your left leg back and let's just do a run or stretch to stretch. So what we're doing is front leg 90-degree angle, the back leg, toes and knees are straight ahead, and you're kind of pushing your hip forward to stretch the hip flexors as well as stretching down the back of your extended leg. Good. Just hold that for a bit. Now all the weight forward, let's stretch our quads. So you can either grab your pant, your leg, you can take your band and put it under your ankle, or you can rest that bent knee on the chair and push the hip forward to try to stretch. What we're doing is stretching from the front of our thigh all the way up into the hip. Good. Hold that stretch and release. Now the other side, extend your right leg, set back into your runner stretch, and even rock that hip a little bit forward, stretch all through that front. I know I've said it a million times, but as years go by and we sit a lot, these muscles get tight. Same thing in the chest. We look down, we work, we cook, we type, everything we do is here. So any opportunity in exercise to do functional movement stretches for these overused muscles in the chest or the overused muscles in the hips, stretching them out keeps you balanced, keeps you upright, keeps you strong. Now come forward, pull that leg in, grab hold of your ankle or use your band or the chair and just press forward with the hip and let those knees stretch out. Just breathe and hold the stretch about, 10, 15 seconds or longer. Good, and release. Okay, let's go ahead and sit down. We're going to do some of our abs. And we're going to do a little bit more. We'll do 2 times of sitting and standing. I know I go over this every time, but it's important. And hopefully it'll be something you'll remember when you're getting up and sitting down many times a day. So you want to look and make sure that chair is behind you. Stand tall, hinge from the hip, pressing your backside out, but keeping that lower leg straight. You can reach back and take a hold of the chair if you need to. But now in this hinge position, you just bend and let your body sit down in your chair. Likewise, standing up, you want to make sure, I like a greater than 90-degree angle. 90-degree angle is fine because your knee's over your ankle and it's got a good solid bone for support. I like to go just a little bit further, which I know protects my knees since I do have knee issues. I kind of err on the extra cautious side. Lean forward. Now you can have your hands on your thighs or the chair, or just try hanging them by yourself if you feel strong enough. Tilt your body forward and then use the power of your quadriceps to lift you up. Remember, when you stand up, stretch those hip flexors a bit. Very good. Now go ahead and have a seat and sit down. I'm going to slow my music down just a bit and do something just a little bit more gentle for our stretching and end of class. All right. That may be a little bit, but that's okay. All right, let's do a couple of abs. So come forward to the middle of the chair. And remembering that we talked about not slumping down into the chair and not going back with the back straight, but just a nice little rounded, just a little scoop in your abs. I'm going to bring feet out just a little bit further. So imagining that there's a string, a plumb line, coming from your sternum straight to the sky. Take a breath and then just lift up from your chest. Inhale. Now exhale and just round a little bit to go back. Breath. Round and pull that plumb line. Go tall at the end. Breath. And exhale, round out a bit. Now, if you're saying I'm not feeling very much, you can actually slide your hips more forward to make a sharper angle. Still not slumping in the shoulders, but keep the shoulders down, neck long. Breath. And just curl up. Set up tall at the end. Breath. And exhale and pull in as you go back. So even though the movement's coming from the sternum, by contracting the abs, it helps lift you up. Take a breath, and then you contract the abs for stability as you go back down. Now that's using a breath, an inhale, exhale, and 2 breaths. And you can do it in 1 breath, which makes it a little faster. So here's how that is. Big breath. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. And when you exhale, you're pressing against that diaphragm and causing the air to go out and use those muscles. Now, hands on your thighs, easy. Let's bring them up to your shoulders. Or you can just place your fingers behind your head. But if you do that, resist the temptation to pull your head. So rest on your shoulders. Or if you rest on the back of your head, don't pull those elbows forward. Keep it back. Breath. And exhale up. And exhale down. Exhale up. Take a breath here. And down. So hopefully you feel that in the ab. You have to really work at it. I mean, you have to consciously pull the ab in. And exhale, squeeze and force the air out. And in. And up. And back. Very good. 1 more. Good. Now let's do a crisscross for the obliques and for the waist. So if you have your hands on your shoulders, don't bring the elbows in, but lift. Let's lift the right leg. Bring your left shoulder over as you rotate in your torso. Come center and down. Knee up, rotate, center, and down. Now you can do this by lifting and turning with the shoulder off the chair, or you can just rotate, keeping the shoulder that you're rotating into on the chair. So you got a variety of whatever is best for you. But once again, this gets your rotating internal and external oblique muscles in your core, in your waist. Let's do a few more. Blow the air out. Inhale, exhale. Good. Last time, each way. And last side. Very good. All right, hands on the chair. Set up. Come all the way back, because this can cause your back to have to help stabilize you if your abs are weak. So your back might be a little bit, have been used a bit. So let's stretch it out. Just fold forward over your legs. Let your head dangle. Good. And just let it hang. Let it stretch. And you can either put the hands to your thighs and just slowly curl up. Big breath. Pull that energy again. I want you to roll forward once again. Just let your body hang. Let that back stretch out. Eyes open and curl up. Let's walk back to the middle of the chair a bit. I'm going to turn sideways. So if you're in the front, extend your left leg. So you've got to be far enough to the front of your chair, because if you're set too far back, so you can't really extend the leg. So extend that leg, set tall, lean forward with a back straight. So your goal right now is to see not how far you can bring your torso, is to see how good a stretch you can get from your heel to your hip. Hands are on the other thigh, not the knee, and the body's lean, nice and straight. So it's just a good stretch for the back of your leg. Good, because we just stretched the back, so there's no need to curl over again right now. We're pressing that chest forward and squeezing your shoulder blades. Good. Now in this position, if you want to walk your hand down and see how far you can get down with your back straight, try that, but don't round the back. Different exercise. We're stretching this out. Very good. And come up and do the other leg. Nice and straight, hands on the bent knee thigh, and lean with the back straight. Keeping that back straight is the difference between stretching the back or stretching the back of the leg. Very good. Now, if you feel comfortable walking the hand down to your toe, go ahead. If you can do it and keep your back straight. And release the hand to the thigh and come back up. Good job. I want you to extend that right leg and circle the ankle. As we have been standing on it for about 45 minutes, and it needs a little extra attention, some loosening up, keeping it strong, keeping it healthy. Now spread your toes out in your shoes, crunch your toes under and open them out and shake that leg. As they used to say, shake a leg. Left leg, circle the ankle. And reverse. And wiggle those toes all around. And squeeze the toes under. And stretch out. And shake it out. Very good. Feet are on the floor. So open your legs a little bit. I want you to walk out again in the middle of the chair. I know I have you back, I have you forward, I have you back, I have you forward. Shoulders relaxed, body nice and tall. All right, so let's do our rotating around our spine with your rib cage. So push your rib cage right, lean forward with the chest, push it, and then squeeze to go back. So what we're doing here is a nice little flat. If you can imagine, your ribs are just making a circle around your tailbone, chest, and abs. A nice little rotation in the hip. And roll all the way around. Nice big circle. Squeeze. Good. Pull back. Good. And let's go the other way. This just keeps our hips, our back, our abs very limber. And all those muscles kind of like, well, it's not kind of like, we are squeezing those internal organs, bringing more blood flow to your liver, your kidneys, your stomach, your small and large intestines. So they do their best job of keeping your body cleansed and bringing in those nutrients that you eat, and working at their optimum if they are also massaged and squeezed with movement. Now come back to center, breath up. Turn the palms out and down. Go ahead and drop that right arm, bring the left arm over your thigh, turn in the waist, then the shoulders, then your head, look behind you, lifting up, wrapping around your spine, stretching, Working on range of motion, flexibility in the trunk. Now release, same thing to the other side. Arms are out. You're going to drop the left arm, cross the right over, turn the hips, the waist, the shoulders, the neck. And come back to center. Very good. Go ahead this time and sit back into your chair and relax. I want you to tilt your head to the right. So your nose and your chin are forward toward the camera. Drop your left arm and just let the left side of your neck stretch. Now, turn your nose and your chin towards your right shoulder like you were looking down on the floor beside of you. See if anything is there. And now turn your nose and chin forward again, ear to that shoulder, and back to center. Let's do the same thing on the left. So tilt your head left. Drop your right arm, let it be heavy. You should feel that wonderful pull down the side of your neck and across your shoulder. And now turn your nose and your nose towards your shoulder, looking down at the floor. It's a different stretch. And then chin and nose forward again with the head tilted. And back to center. We haven't done this in a couple classes, but this is imagining that you're tucking your chin in or you're pushing your head on the wall behind you. Just pull the chin back, keeping the head level, sort of like making a double chin or a turtle, retracting back in his shell, and then release to neutral. This is something that I try to do every day, especially if I've been on my computer. I've been sewing all day and looking down. I find that my neck gets sore, and I want to strengthen the back of my neck so I can keep my head on my shoulders, so to speak. One more time, squeeze back. Hold and release. Very good. Just relax. One more breath. And sink. Keep going. Just to feel your body sinking into your chair. Feel everything slowing back down after being used. It's kind of interesting after workout is that you feel tired and like you've used your muscles, but at the same time inside you feel invigorated, alive, energized. Maybe your brain feels clearer. Any or all of those things are wonderful effects of an exercise session or a movement session, even getting out and walking. Bring those hands together. Bring your hands to your heart and prayer hands. Relax the shoulders. Close your eyes and let your body sink deeply into your chair. Feel the heaviness of your legs as they sit in the chair and then dangle off, and your feet are heavy on the floor. Shoulders still over your hips. Energy, your spirit, your lightness at the top of your head into the heavens. And your body in perfect harmony, head to toe. With each breath, in comes new energy, new light, new warmth, new healing. And with each exhale, we push out anxiety, dis-ease, worry, tension. Whatever things try to sneak into your spirit and your body, with each exhale, let them go. Feel them escape each pore, floating far, far away. Your lungs feel as if they were a brightly colored balloon. Then slowly let the air out of your balloon and let your body sink and be heavy. And feel the warmth and the light running head to toe. Just continue your slow breaths in through the nose and twice as slow out the mouth and nose. If you feel the need for a big cleansing breath, go ahead and let it go. Slowing yourself down every day, at least once or twice a day, is so important. Maybe it's a good way to start your prayer time is to close your eyes, breathe, get your mind and your spirit focused. As we end our class today, we want to say thank you, Heavenly Father, once again for this beautiful morning, for this ability to share our time together to make our bodies healthier. A healthy body makes us better able to serve you and to serve those around us. Right now, there's a lot of pain and health issues with many people. Please be with them, heal them, help them understand your love and how important it is to our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. Be with us. Let us be beacons of your love and light as we go out through today and each and every day. Be with us till we meet again. In Jesus' name, amen.